Baltimore is hosting the Philadelphia Eagles. Now, people will remember the Ravens had that insane preseason streak, which I believe was ended last year by the Commanders. So the Ravens' preseason win streak ended last year. I think they lost the game by 1 point. So Baltimore hosting the Eagles. We don't know, it has not been announced yet, if Jalen Hurts is going to start for Philadelphia. But as we talked about yesterday on the show, the Eagles discussed in the wake of their poor offensive performance week 1 against the Patriots last year that they would rethink the way that they handled the preseason. So my guess is, and again, this has not been announced one way or another yet, my sense is that Jalen Hurts is going to play in the game. Not announced yet. I think he's going to play. Now, here's something that's pretty interesting. Maybe it's something that only interests me. The conventional wisdom here has been that since the Eagles traded for Kenny Pickett, that Pickett would be the team's backup quarterback this year. Kenny Pickett appears to be fighting for the Eagles' backup quarterback job with Tanner McKee. Tanner McKee getting second-team reps at the Philadelphia Eagles now. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty sure.
I'm assuming you're probably right. Kellen Moore has said that this is something that he wants to do to get the third stringer reps with the second string. Also, it seems a little odd. Wouldn't you want to get Kenny Pickett reps in a new offense? So to me, that means that Pickett's not looking great for whatever that's worth. And the Eagles also have West Virginia legend Will Grier as the fourth quarterback on the roster. So again, Hurts, Pickett, McKee, Grier. We don't know if Lamar Jackson is playing yet. It has not been announced. My guess would be Lamar Jackson is not going to play. That would be my guess, but we don't know that for sure. Behind Lamar Jackson on the Ravens depth chart, Josh Johnson, Devin Leary, and Emory Jones.
Emory Jones is on an NFL roster? That's crazy to me. So he was, for people that was at Florida and then Tyler Arizona State for his last year? Something like that?
When, and he was terrible.
When when Napier took over? Yeah, and he was really bad, and he's apparently in camp with the Ravens, which is crazy to me. So Josh Johnson, Tevin Leary, and Emory Jones. This is my favorite part, is oh, that guy, yeah, from that college. Yeah, I remember those games. Okay. All right. I don't think Lamar didn't play all last preseason, by the way. I don't know if he's gonna. Was he wasn't. Oh, but that was the contract, right? But he was ready. He could have played.
He had signed also, right?
He had signed already, so he could have played. He didn't play, and then they beat the Texans because their defense is otherworldly. All right, so it's maybe Hurts for a little. Well, I guess, but no one has said whether Hurts is playing, right? So the market could still be framed he's gonna play a little bit.
Let me see if anything has been announced during the show today. I don't think so, because that would have come up on notifications, right?
I'm going to bet that the expectation of the market is Lamar's not playing. And for that reason, and a few others, I think the Eagles are favored in the game because it's a lot of Josh Johnson and two really questionable quarterback prospects, Leary and Emory Jones. Really questionable. I think the question is how much are the Eagles favored? Because I could actually make a case it should be a lot if it's Josh Johnson and those two guys. Not that Josh Johnson's a bad preseason quarterback, just when he leaves, it's 0 out of 100. Eagles, I mean, it's probably but the Ravens also win every preseason game ever. Eagles are favored 2 or 2.5. Eagles 2.5. Go with the same one guess we had last time with Texans. Eagles 2.5, and man, that is not a high total, probably. We're probably back down around 33, 34 land. I'll say Eagles 2 or 2.5 and 30. Oh, God. And 32.5.
So this was Eagles 2. Baltimore's gotten bet a little. It is Eagles -1. Eagles 1. And the total is 34.5.
Do you agree with that total?
I know nothing about Devin Leary and Emory Jones to have an opinion.
Exactly.
Nothing.
You know nothing about them, and you know about everybody.
I know nothing about them, and I know about everybody, correct.
Why is that total higher than the Patriots-Panthers total?
It's a strong question. Well, because Jack Plummer and Jake Luton are going to start for Carolina.
Is it because the Ravens try? Is that really what it is?
Probably. I mean, and to be fair, they do.
Yeah, but that doesn't have to manifest itself in scoring. They could just play defense harder or something. I don't know. Still settle for field goals or not score because the quarterbacks are brutal. Whew, man. Yeah, under would be my first thought there. I guess if it was like, hey, Jalen Hurts is actually going to play the first quarter, then I can't say that anymore, but I don't think he's going to play a lot, if I had to guess. Just because it's the first game.
I think I bet the Ravens.
I don't really have a strong opinion on the side. That's about what I thought it would be. Eagles by something. Yeah.
I think Pickett's going to be bad when he plays.
Again, like under.
Under. Okay. All right, so let's put the under
And
down. Okay.
An NFL game, an NFL preseason game where a lot of drives are going to be quarterbacked by Kenny Pickett, who might be awful, apparently. How does that make you feel about the Steelers this year now that that's happening in camp, by the way? Kenny Pickett, Emory Jones, Devin Leary are going to like have drives in this game. Maybe a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts on the Steelers, Texans, or Falcons, Dolphins?
Well, I told you I kind of liked Miami plus the points a little bit when we did that.
Okay, but we said we wanted to go over all the Friday games again, so figured.
Oh yeah, I'm almost like reminding myself. You're absolutely right. Didn't have a strong opinion on the total, but like agreed that it should be the highest one. I think we both agreed on that, and you even I think like the over a little bit, which I totally understand. The Steelers game against the Texans, that was where I got the spread on the nose, but that doesn't mean you can't like anything in the game. I mean, Houston's quarterback depth chart's like hard to beat in these games.
Yeah,
honestly, less than a field goal.
I almost think it's like Texans second half, which would require people like to be watching this game on Friday night, which is like a tough ask because once we get to the second, because Kyle Allen is like not a good like NFL like regular season quarterback, but against like backups, he's probably going to be pretty good. But once he comes out of the game and Reese Plumlee comes in and he's going up against like Case Keenum, like forget about it.
It's a really big mismatch. And there's another quarterback between the two of them too, right?
Davis Mills. My assumption is that Mills will play in the first half.
Okay. So best guess for this game is Mills versus Kyle Allen in the first half.
Although maybe it could be Keenum versus Kyle Allen because I think Mills started the Hall of Fame game because like they wanted to get a longer look at him.
Right. Okay. So Keenum, Kyle Allen. Did they both go to Houston? I think they both might have gone to Houston.
Well, Keenum definitely did. I don't know about Kyle Allen.
Yeah. So anyway, it's Tyler's job this hour has just been writing yes in the chat whenever I bring up anything about college football. Apparently the answer to that's yes. And then the second half is going to be maybe Davis Mills, maybe Keenum, but Davis Mills against, it's not just John Reese Plumlee, right? Isn't there another quarterback that I'm missing here? Or is there not? That's everybody?
Nope. Kyle Allen, John Reese Plumlee, Fields, and Russell Wilson.
Yeah, you're right. Halftime Houston. Maybe halftime Houston like a lot. Like they could even be favored, and who cares?
So again, this will require you to be paying attention.
Well,
on Friday
and it's opinion's an opinion. We could make something up on the full game now, but I don't even think we'd believe it.
Alternate spread: Steelers minus 19.5.
Justin Fields really going to try to prove it to the doubters preseason week 1.
Okay, really so far what we've got is we don't really like anything on Thursday, right? Patriots, Panthers, Giants, Lions tomorrow night.
I don't think so. The Patriots number is so
I'll
big.
tell you what. I'm going to, once we get confirmation that Sudfeld is starting, if we get that, I'm going to bet Giants first half.
I like that. I like the idea of playing against Sudfeld. Hopefully you don't get the fluke punt return touchdown again.
Then you're going to bet Miami.
I like Miami night. Plus 2.5.
We like the Texans.
Houston, second half. And we like the under in the Eagles-Ravens game on Friday night. Yes.
All right, good stuff.